You and me, everything that we've been through has made us strong. You won't believe we've had our gray, but somewhere there's a light inside of us. It shows the way. Not looking for no heaven or gold, 'cause I got you, don't wanna show us off, but you're my all that I need. Trying to sugarcoat, but I'm flying so high, I don't even know if I'm coming down. You rock my boat when you hold me so tight, the world just disappears in front of my eyes. I'm telling you why, this ain't no madness. The smoke in the mirrors, our memories now the sun has gone down. Like a river rising way up above. This ain't no sugar coat. Yeah, this ain't no sugar coated love. Yeah, this ain't no sugar coated love. I'll stay in bed, I still got the feeling that you're next to me, stuck in my head. When lights go off, you're everything that I could ever want. Your touch so soft. Not looking for no heaven or gold, 'cause I got you, don't wanna show us off, but you're my all that I need. Trying to sugarcoat, but I'm flying so high, I don't even know if I'm coming down. You rock my boat when you hold me so tight, the world just disappears in front of my eyes. I'm telling you why, this ain't no madness. The smoke in the mirrors, our memories now the sun has come down. Like a river rising way up above. This ain't no sugar coat. Yeah, this ain't no sugar coated love. Yeah, this ain't no sugar coated love.
You're a rebel, getting into trouble. You are kinda like a fire, like a fire, like a fire. Unpredictable, so original. You are never backing down, backing down, backing down. That's what I like about you.
And now a special presentation from Brent Nunley. What's up, guys? Shawn here. Let me know if you can see me. Let me know if you can hear me. We're trying out the Blue Yeti tonight. Hopefully this will work out. I'll be able to, control the volume from here instead of walking all the way over to my computer to change the audio. But yeah, got a pretty cool show for you guys tonight. We're going to go through the Parrot ANAFI's website to look at the new FPV, the new FPV version of the Parrot ANAFI, and see if there's anything different or if it is gimmicky the way they're doing things. So yeah, that's pretty exciting. And then we're going to show you some pictures of the rumored Mavic Mini. So that's what we've got on deck tonight. Newman says I sound great, so that's awesome. Do I look great? No, I'm just kidding. I've had a sinus infection all week, so my throat, I've been coughing up all 3 lungs that I have. So it's going to be a little interesting tonight. I've got my computer all the way over there against the wall that I'm going to show you guys a screen. But I've got my iPad over here so I can look at I can read it from here because it's pretty hard to read all the way over there. But yeah, so hopefully I'll be looking at the same thing you guys are looking at. But yeah, we've got a pretty cool show lined up. I didn't have much time to do a pre-show tonight because my Mac was acting a fool. It probably took 10 minutes to bring up the Sketch app, which is like the lightest application on that computer. So anyway, that was the complication so far today. But Nacho said reading is fundamental. I know how to read, Nacho. I'm just in my 40s and I can't see that far anymore. Even though the doctor said I have 20/20 vision and, I just have a hard time focusing up close. So anyway, I'm still trying to get my studio completely lined up. Oh, let me know if you guys can hear my fan. Can you guys hear my fan? It is super hot in here and I really don't want to turn the fan off, but let me know if it's annoying. I see the audio signal kind of bouncing around, but anyway, so yeah, I almost have this scenario completely set up. We've got the Blue Yeti. This is actually the Yeti caster, and I'm going to be doing a review on this whole setup. I've got my 2 platforms that I put my drones on, so you guys can see those. So that's pretty cool. And then I got lighting going on, and about 7 o'clock, the dots from my blinds go away. If you look at the image, the thumbnail image for now, there's 3 dots kind of right above my head, and that's the sunset right in front of me. I know as we go into winter, that's going to change. But since I keep looking at myself, and I should probably look at you guys. I've got the chat right above me, so I think for the most part, we're getting this live chat thing down. I've got another piece of tech on its way. I ordered it last week, but since there was a Labor Day in the middle, B&H didn't ship it out till this morning. But it is a Roland video switcher. And what that's going to allow me to do, last week I had an above camera pointing down, and that was my Logitech Brio, and I didn't think that was a big deal, but for some reason StreamLabs didn't like multiple inputs coming in. Every time I would switch to my USB camera from the Elgato, it would freak out. It seemed like it would only take one HDMI source, and it's probably because I have YouTube over here, I've got a web browser over there, I've got Streamlabs going over here, and I'm running a 4K camera that only puts out 1080 through an Elgato 4K input USB thing. So I don't know if it was my USB hub and my computer couldn't handle all that pressure or what. So what we're going to do is we're going to take all of the heavy lift of the HDMI switching, and we're going to put it on a little switch that I can switch over here at my desk. So I've got the microphone that I can control from my desk. We've got, next week we'll have a video switcher, so I can switch to a from above shot. So whatever my presentation is, whatever I'm talking about, I can actually point the camera straight down at my table and we can talk about it. So I think those things are pretty cool. I've decided to invest into live streaming and kind of go to the next level with my live streams. We've got 5 people in the chat. So far we have Newman. Claude's been in here. He hasn't said anything since. Nacho's packing. And yeah, I don't know who else is in here. That's all that I've seen so far. I did play the video clip of Nunley cooking chicken from last week. I felt kind of bad. That video, since he put a link in the comment section, it went to my spam comment section. So I didn't really see that video till this morning. But we talk about Nunley grilling all the time, so I wanted to give him some love and put him on the channel a little bit. So Drone Effects with Claude is still working, probably working on his bike or trying to figure out how to get more subscribers. I was on his chat earlier today and we were trying to figure out how to get, 430 I think you were up to. And so I logged in with another channel and kind of cheated the system. So I'm subscribed to Claude twice. And I liked his video twice from two different YouTube channels. But, I'm here for you guys. I want to support the community in any way that I can, and well, dadgummit, I could. So, there's going to be a lot of drinking on the show tonight because I am parched, not because I'm thirsty, but because my throat has got some gunk in it. So, the coffee's probably not helping. The coffee's probably coating it, but I got a big old mana flask down there. It's not a flask. It's like a canteen that I'm going to be drinking water later in the show. So look forward to me drinking water. Yeah, Nacho, I'm a cheater. I'll do it to your channel if you stop calling me a cheater. And yes, I've subscribed to myself from the other channels. So but good chances are that YouTube took those subscriptions away. So, but yeah. So, do you guys want to continue with the intros a little bit, or do you want to get into the topic of the night? I'm pretty excited about tonight's topic. I figured this would come out when the Parrot ANAFI came out. And I'm surprised they haven't added FPV mode until now, just because of the history of their other drones. But I'm just kind of anxious to go through this and ask your guys' opinion. I don't know that it's available yet, just because I can't find a place to purchase it on their website yet. So I don't know if it's like officially announced or if it's going to be released next week or what's going to happen. But I'm also anxious to see if the FPV mode just works in my Parrot ANAFI already. Because by the looks of it, the drone doesn't look that different. But, teaser, I'm teasing. We should probably just go over to the website. What do you guys think? Nobody's thinking. We got 7 people in the chat. Only 4 people have talked to me. So that makes me sad. They're creeping. They're checking out my headlights. But yeah, let's get into it. So first thing we're going to talk about, on deck we have the Parrot ANAFI. And I've got it kind of displayed here. It always likes to cock its head over. But this is the Parrot ANAFI. I love this drone. I got into a conversation today. One of the comments on my Parrot ANAFI video was, does the Parrot ANAFI have, flight planning, route planning, like the DJI counterparts do? And I thought it was a weird question, because it was actually on the video where I was showing him, like the video was about flight plan. So I was confused as to whether or not he understood, and maybe he wanted to know if it functioned the same way or not. So I'm not sure exactly what the question is. I tried to answer the best I could, but still, in my mind, Parrot ANAFI flight plan blows DJI's waypoints out of the water still. I haven't seen a good waypoint mission from DJI. I know they're there, but from what I've seen, it will go to a point, and then it'll kind of freak out, and then go to the next point, and then kind of freak out, and then go to the next point. Whereas the Parrot ANAFI does just the smooth, beautiful video. Now I know the DJI Mavic Pro, the DJI Mavic 2 Pro, has a better camera than the Parrot ANAFI, but in my mind, and this is, you guys can challenge me on it, but the DJI Mavic and the DJI Mavic 2 Zoom have the same kind of camera on them. Okay, so you're not getting a better video quality, in my opinion. Same size sensor. I think this one might even have HDR mode, whereas I'm not sure if the Zoom has HDR or not. But even though the Mavic Pro, the Mavic 2, and even the original Mavic Pro has better distance than this guy does, Parrot ANAFI cannot fly very far. So I'll be anxious to see if they've boosted the Parrot ANAFI's signal, or if it's still Wi-Fi. If it's still Wi-Fi, then FPV might be kind of scary to do. To fly really, really fast with a drone that kind of loses connection pretty easy. But let's move over to the website, and we're going to get into it. All right, guys. So this is the Parrot ANAFI website. Oh, there's my mouse. There it is. What's up, mousey? All right. So as you can see, the Parrot ANAFI looks pretty much the same to me. From what I understand, the legs are beefier, so it can probably take a harder licking. I know that I've sent a drone back to Parrot ANAFI, and they've sent me a new one, so the legs break is probably the first thing to break. So I think they made them beefier, especially if you're going to be flying kind of a sport mode. They've included this really hot chick. No, I'm just kidding. But as you can see, this woman has the controller that's tethered via a wire to her phone. It's what it looks like, and then her phone goes into her headset. And this is almost exactly the way. What's up, Masako? How's it going? So if you guys remember, the Parrot Bebop has an FPV version, and the Parrot Bebop 2 has an FPV version. And basically what they did was they added FPV functionality to the app, and then all this is a container that you put on your face to use it in FPV mode, okay? So if that's the case, and you already have a Parrot ANAFI, chances are all you need is a case to put your phone in. So we might be doing a Parrot ANAFI FPV video in the next week, because all I got to do is update my software on my phone and put this on my face. So that's my hope. My hope is everybody will be able to do the FPV functionality by just getting a headset that your phone can go in. I already have one somewhere, but I don't know if I kept it. But anyway, so there's that. So let's scroll down. All right, so let's read through this part. So the FPV version of the Parrot ANAFI take off to live the new immersive FPV experience. It's FPV ready, 4K HDR 21 megapixel camera, which the original has, 3x zoom, which the original has, 180-degree tilt, which the original has, 26-minute flight time. I think that's the same spec. Pretty sure that's the same spec as the original. Ultra compact, autonomous flight modes, quiet flights, USB-C mobile charging. So far, guys, everything is the same as the original Parrot ANAFI. Not sure about the Parrot ANAFI thermal, but let's get down to it. ANAFI FPV puts you in the cockpit of Parrot's revolutionary drone. So it sounds like it's still the same drone, guys. I don't know if you guys can read through marketing material as good as I can, but I have a good feeling that this is the exact same drone. Immersive plus freedom, a new bird's eye view. Oh, and just to spoil, not a spoiler, but disclaimer is I'm looking at this the very first time right now with you guys. So we're learning together, and so a lot of my comments are not researched comments. They're just comments based on what I'm looking at right now. All right, guys? So immersion plus freedom, a new bird's eye view. The ANAFI FPV is designed for explorers, but also for dreamers. The camera experience is a new paradigm in aerial photographers and videographers, providing a unique cocoon for immersive photography and in-depth image controls. The full array of ANAFI's manual camera settings are available in FPV mode. Full sensations guaranteed. That sounds dirty. I don't know about y'all, but that's some dirty marketing right there. All right, so let's get to this part. Shoot for the stars with this new in-camera experience. Photographers can enjoy total immersion in the on-screen image, exploring new techniques for shot composition, then seamlessly toggle into deep image controls and fine-tune photos and videos. Manual settings such as shutter speed, ISO, white balance, and exposure compensation, and advanced features such as the image histogram, zebra exposure assistant overlay are customizable and easily displayed by opening the settings of the cockpit glasses. Oh, there's a button on the cockpit glasses. Okay, so that's new. But the button on the compact glasses might just push a place on the screen. But you might need special glasses for it. Immersion at the service of exploration. 2 new flight presets. 2 new flight presets join ANAFI's exciting menu of options designed to help pilots every level capture stunning videos with ease. Available in Free Flight 6.6, the new additions allow ANAFI FPV pilots to expand their creativity at the tap of a touchscreen. So there might be a chance that it just says ANAFI FPV pilots, but I'm still banking on the fact that you can do this. Oh, what's up, Bill? The leg broke on my ANAFI, and I've had to use a lot of glue, so much so that the leg won't close now, but it still flies perfect. That's cool. Challenge Daikan. Nice to meet you, everyone. I'm a pilot of the Parrot ANAFI in Japan, introducing the beautiful scenery of Japan taken by drone. That's cool. Since we've got some new guys in the chat tonight, I want everybody to subscribe to each other. Don't leave this chat right now, but I want you guys to subscribe to each other. Looks like we've got drone footage from Japan that we can see from Challenge Daikan. So that's pretty cool. All right, so let's get back in here. There's a cinematic preset. With cinematic preset, you can capture smooth and dramatic footage that looks like you're behind the controls of a glider. The horizontal axis of the 4K HDR camera is locked to the tilt of the drone, and footage shows very majestic bank and turns of your flight. So cinematic mode, instead of the gimbal correcting the horizon all the time, the gimbal locks itself so you can fly around. So that's pretty cool. And then there's a racing preset. While cinematic preset is built for stable and fluid motion, the racing preset will get your adrenaline pumping. The horizontal axis is also locked to the tilt of your drone, but this preset is built for speed instead of. So that's pretty cool. I'm going to scroll down to this picture right here. Check out that little horizontal thing on the side of it. That's pretty cool. So I don't know if that's the bank of your drone, because the horizon in that picture looks straight, but the bank of your drone looks different. But I want you guys to notice the difference. You guys might notice that this is a square screen and not a wide screen. So, oh, what's up, Brent Nunley? I showed you cooking chicken from last week at the beginning. So I'm sorry you missed that. You can go back and watch the replay and see that, Nunley. But thank you for finally showing us what beautiful meat you're cooking. That chicken looked amazing. And sorry I didn't see it before today, but since you put a link in the comments, it went to my spam. So, but I wanted to give you some love on this channel and show your video where you mentioned me in it, and so everybody could see the chicken that you were grilling. So that's pretty cool. Nacho Rolling says, so it would be like flying a DJI in fixed wing mode. Yep, it'd be exactly like that. But I want you to notice that this image is a square image. It's not a wide angle image. And the reason it's doing that is because the FPV mode will take this square and put over your eye. And then, so it'll basically be in both eyes as it's on the screen. So if you played around in VR at all, that's kind of the reason why that's a square image. Okay. All right. So new adventures with Free Flight 6.6. Along with the launch of ANAFI FPV, Free Flight 6.6 will also introduce 2 new revolutionary flight modes. Both are designed for simple and intuitive flight controls, and they can be used in combination with the flight presets to make jaw-dropping footage even easier. Arcade mode. In arcade mode, flying is as simple as pointing the camera in the right direction. The Sky Controller 3's left joystick controls the camera, which allows you to view in any direction, while the right joystick controls the movement of the drone by holding forward on the right joystick. The drone will travel in the direction the camera is pointing. So if any of you guys have played like a flight simulator, or like a Star Wars game where you're flying the Millennium Falcon and you're shooting lasers at something, it'll be a lot like that. So that's pretty cool. I would definitely encourage you guys to do that way up in the air. So it looks like the Free Flight 6 app is available in Google Play and the App Store. So we already know that. The ANAFI FPV, the perfect travel companion. Included with the new ANAFI FPV is a brand new ANAFI backpack, which doubles as a stable platform to prepare your launch from, so you can launch your drone from it. This means you no longer need to put your drone down on snow-covered slopes, mud or dirt, or rugged terrain to prepare for launch. The new backpack extends ANAFI FPV as the ultimate go-anywhere drone. ANAFI FPV's one-of-a-kind folding design, lightweight body, and superb battery life with the USB-C charging on-the-go complement its outstanding image quality, easy-to-use modes, blah blah blah, presets, versatile manual controls are groundbreaking. So the ANAFI FPV is the immersive revolution. Experience new ways your flight. I can't even read anymore. Experience in a new way your flights with ANAFI FPV. Live video from ANAFI's 180-degree camera produces thrilling immersion in the cockpit glasses. Unique FPV modes for aerial photographers combine total immersion with unprecedented control. New flight presets and modes deliver jaw-dropping visuals and creative freedom. So there's a good chance that the camera, it says it's a 180-degree camera. I don't know that well, I believe every camera is a 180-degree camera, but I'm not sure that that's the case on the original. So let's get a close-up. Can we zoom in on that? Nope. All right. So we're going to go to this picture. You know, that camera looks the same, guys. I'm going to say that's the same camera. I might be completely wrong on it, but that might be the same camera. Alright, so this is everything that comes with the kit, guys. One ANAFI FPV drone, one Parrot Sky Controller 3, one Parrot Cockpit Glasses 3, one smart battery, one backpack, 8 spare propellers, a mounting tool, 16 gigabyte micro SD, and one USB-A to USB-C. Alright, so let's get down to this technical specs and we'll see whether or not this is a new drone or not, or if it's just a new package. I'm going to just kind of go through here and see. Let's see in the chat. We support you in the future. Thank you. Cloud to ground aerial photography. Yes, it's always been 180 degrees on the ANAFI. Okay, so cloud to ground confirms that it's always been a 180 degree camera, which I knew it was. Well, I mean, I thought it was. Oh, wait. 180 degree doesn't mean necessarily around 180 degrees. It means that it points up and down. So that's what the 180 degree means. Okay, we're there. I'm back in it. Back in the game. So it's still got the 1 over 2.4 CMOS sensor. A lot of the specs look exactly the same to me, guys. I mean, exactly the same. Let me know if you guys notice anything that's different as far as the drone goes. I feel like the only thing that's different is the accessory. It comes with the Sky Controller 3 already. Parrot ANAFI already has a Sky Controller 3. I would say the only difference, guys, is the fact that it comes with cockpit glasses. So I'm not sure if I'm going to switch over to me now. Whoa. I might switch over to me. There we go. All right, guys. So we're back. What do you guys think about the FPV Parrot ANAFI compared to the regular ANAFI? Adrian Lee, what's up, Adrian? Adrian Lee said it's the same bird. Okay. Now, I had the Parrot ANAFI, I had the Parrot Bebop 2, and then I found at Bargain Hunt the Sky Controller, and I put the FPV glasses on and put it in the FPV mode. So there's a good chance that they've just added FPV mode to Free Flight 6, and we'll be able to run it. So Adrian Lee says the new firmware turns your regular ANAFI into that. All right, guys, I think that's my next video. But Nacho says it's gimmick BS. I kind of agree with that. Just their way to sell kind of the same thing. I do like the package. I like the backpack with the glasses. So Adrian did the update and has those options now. So that's awesome. That's awesome. But you guys might say it's gimmicky, but they built a drone a year ago and it is still kicking. That's what I love about Parrot, is that like the Parrot Bebop, it was one of those drones that had, you know, potential, and then they upgraded a little bit. So they added the Parrot Bebop 2 and gave it twice as much battery power. And then they just spent the rest of their time upgrading the mess out of that little drone. So all of a sudden, like one day the Spark, you could hand launch a Spark. And all the Parrot Bebop had to do was add that functionality in the firmware in the app. So all of a sudden it had all the sensors on it already. So I think that's pretty cool. I'm going to take a swig. It's good. It's good stuff. You guys know you're made up of water, pretty much. So whenever I drink water, it makes me feel good. All right, we're back at it. Loosen something up in there. All right, so that's what we got, guys. Dealing with the Parrot ANAFI FPV mode. What do you guys think? Is it worth it to get the Parrot ANAFI FPV version, or should you just get the regular version and get a simple, you know, headset? Because you can find headsets now for like $10 at Walmart. You can even get them at like $5 and below, or like the Dollar General store has VR goggles. So Adrian Lee, but to be honest, the FPV does not interest him. I will rather have live streaming platform instead. With the new updates, you can now fly higher than 495 feet. Wow. Not in America. I mean, you shouldn't. That's pretty awesome. I lose connection a lot with my drone. Also, like the custom white balance and the ability to control the shutter with the zoom button. That's nice. I didn't know you could do that. I need to look up on it. Bill Coley, Tennessee whiskey, nachos full of it. That's awesome. So yeah, I think that's pretty cool. What do you guys think about the Blue Yeti? Is this audio solution a lot better than my previous audio solution? Other than the fact that it's loud enough this week. I think it looks cool. It's got like a really cool boom arm, and it's got a kind of a motion filter on it, so I don't know if you guys can hear me bumping the desk or anything like that. I'll go back and watch this stream. But I feel like all of my settings are dialed in, so I might just take pictures of everything that's happening and use that as my guide to set up every week. All right? So do you guys want to do a little free chat, or do you guys want to go into the pictures of the Mavic Mini? Let me know what you guys want to talk about. I'm going to take another swig. You would like to hear it with it off screen. I don't know if I should touch it. All right, this is for Nacho. All right, so this is the Yeti off screen. What do you think about it? So Above and Beyond Drones. What's up? Welcome to the chat. Welcome to the channel. Jim. So Above and Beyond Drones. His name is Jim. So Nacho, what do you think about it being off screen? It's not pointing in the right direction, but what do you guys think? I have it set to cardioid, and now it's like turning in this direction, so it looks like it's picking me up, but I don't know if it's muffled or not. So it's got an echo, so my voice is bouncing around and coming over there. Interesting. All right, so for tonight I'm going to bring it back down. All right, that's kind of where I had it. So is that better? So I've got it set to cardioid, which is like it's just picking up audio in this direction and not picking it up from behind. So, all right, sounds better close. So we're going to stick with that. Something else I like about it is it has a mute button. So check this out. With the click of a button, I can mute myself. So I think that's pretty cool. It's got volume control. Well, it's got volume control for my headphones, but for some reason I feel like that's just monitoring myself. But I don't think it's monitoring what's actually going into the computer. But this gain back here, I think, or actually it's that one. The gain behind it will actually control how much audio is going from the microphone into the computer. But Nacho says I sound better. That is the correct position for that mode. You sound better. Yeah, I don't like that either. Wait. Yeah, the gain control is better. Okay. Yeah, I feel like it should have like a volume switch in the front. That's the only thing that, because I don't need to know what I sound like through. I guess if I was in an interview and there was a lot of things going on, I could actually hear what I'm saying. But even like, so I'm a singer, and a lot of times when I sing, I'm with other people. And I've grown up in choirs. I've grown up in high school. Like Boys to Men was popular, so I was in a black a cappella group as the white guy, who sang lead, by the way. But you know, all of those groups, the choir, the a cappella groups, and even singing in a band with people, you really want to hear how you blend with other people. You sing a certain way to blend with other people. And a lot of times whenever everybody has their in-ear monitors, I feel like this is like an in-ear monitor where I can set my own level. Well, setting my own level doesn't help me a bit. It's one thing to be able to cut the band out and bring the vocals up, and maybe just the acoustic guitar so I can hear what the key is, but be able to blend. But it's hard to blend with people if you've got someone else, like someone on the soundboard, actually blending for you. And sometimes they don't understand. The sound man, I don't know. Like sometimes you hear, all you hear is the lead singer, and you don't ever hear any of the backup vocals. So anyway, I just went off on a tangent, but anyway, I really like how this mic is. I like the way that it looks. I like there's a blackout edition. The blue edition kind of looks pretty cool, but I think to keep it professional, I want to make it black. So love it, love it, love it. And it's got a bump filter, so if I bump it like this, you guys can probably hear that. But if I bump the desk, you can probably hear that too. But it's got kind of like a vibration mount to kind of knock out a lot of the vibrations. The only downside is that the YetiCaster, the clamp isn't big enough to clamp around my complete desk, so it's like hanging on the lip of this wood, but we'll figure something out there. All right. Above and beyond drones, the headphone plug-in is weird, Shawn. You can hear what's being said into the mic. I know, it's kind of weird. I thought, though, the headphone out, so the video switcher that I'm getting in next week, it's just an HD video switcher, but it's also a scaler. So it'll scale down the video or scale up the video. So anyway, all the video coming out of it will be consistent. So I'm pretty excited about that. But it has an audio in. So I thought, I could come out of the headphones into here, and that would be another adjustment that I could do. But I'm not going to play with that. If we've got audio on point, this is the setting we're going to continue to use. All right. Bill Coley. Is it Coley or Collie? So Bill asks, do I play country? I have done some country demos. Everybody here in Nashville, pretty much everybody, is a singer-songwriter, and in order to pitch, some people are song. Nacho wants me to start talking about the Mini. We'll get there in a second, but I'm answering Bill's question, Nacho. Stop interrupting. That's what I tell my 7-year-old daughter. Don't interrupt me when I'm talking. I'm just kidding. But I've done some... Everybody here in Nashville is a singer-songwriter, and they write songs. Some of them write songs, but they can't sing. And so they'll hire... people like me to just sing, record their song in the studio, and then they'll pitch that demo to a record label, and then hopefully a popular singer will pick that song up. And so all right, Nacho's calling them song whores. But I'm not going to go any further with that. But so I've done some country demos, and I can sing some country for you if you want. But anyway, so a song I used to love to sing, and this was whenever it was really popular when, like, the I don't remember what it was. I'm pretty sure it was the World Series, and everybody was rooting for, like, the Chiefs or this. I don't remember who they were rooting for, but it was really popular to go to do, like, the Indian chant. And so a song that came out then is a song that I'd love to sing whenever I am making fun of country music. So here goes. And y'all are gonna laugh because I'm gonna sound completely different than I usually do. I'm an Indian outlaw, half Cherokee and Choctaw. My baby, she's a Chippewa. She's one of a kind. So there you go. That's about as far as I'm gonna go. I can tell that I redlined a lot there, so I might have sang really loud into it, but anyway, so that's my musical number for the night. Now for our last topic, we are going to move into the Mini. Looks like we've got about 13 minutes left, so we are going to move over to pictures of the DJI Mavic Mini drone leak. Phlegm as a tune. All right. So let's go over to the Mavic Mini drone leak photos. It says that is it under 250 grams? I'm not sure what exactly the website is that I'm looking at. This was just what I Googled kind of right before right before we went on, but if you look up here in the browser, you can see how to get to this link, and you guys can look at these different pictures. I watched a woman's video this week about what she said is that it is smaller than the DJI Mavic Air. I'm not sure if that's going to be correct. Based on these pictures, it looks like it though. If we're going by the puck, those two pucks right there, it definitely looks smaller. I gotta put my mouse on the right screen. And kind of the battery compartment is interesting. Where you put the battery on the inside of the drone. When was the last time we did that on a DJI drone? Most DJI drones, part of the battery is on the outside. The Spark, most of the battery was on the outside. So I think that's kind of an interesting move. But I feel like it's going to be a Mavic just because Mavic is the foldable drone series. The Spark was not foldable, but this could very easily be the Spark 2. So let's go down. This guy's playing with his cat. I'm not sure who this guy is. But this is the DJI Mavic Mini versus the DJI Spark. So if you look at the puck sizes, it looks like it's a little bit bigger than the Spark. But if you think about it, it's going to be... Oh, what's up? Whoa, I don't know how to say that name. Eslam Marthri. I don't know how to say your last name with a number in it. But I'm doing good, man. How are you? Thanks for joining the chat. Right now we're talking about the DJI Mavic Mini leaked photos and kind of speculating what it's going to be like. Mare. Cool. Welcome to the channel. So if you look at these pictures, it's hard to tell what the camera looks like. But, the Spark is a little bit bigger than... The Spark body is a little bit bigger than the Mac Mini, except for this front section. But this thing is going to fold up, so just think how compact this drone's going to be. That's going to be pretty awesome. So it's got brushless motors, foldable props. I don't know why they have these two pucks here. Those might just be for size comparison, but whoa! Eslam's from Egypt. We got Egypt in here. We got Japan in here. We got a Nacho. We've got a Claude. We've got some Brents. It's pretty awesome. So let's look at this picture. There's micro USB and a micro SD. So it kind of looks like the same as the Spark, where you kind of put things in the back of it. It's got these blades, which are interesting. That looks like a Parrot ANAFI blade. Maybe. Maybe not. We'll see. But it looks like to me that those blades screw in. And then in the front, it's got obstacle avoidance. So that's pretty cool. Let's go back up to the bottom of it. It looks like there's these two sensors on the bottom of it. Okay, so we're going to go back down. Oh, I could have just gone to the next picture. Did I say Mac Mini? Or did I say Mavic Mini? Nacho's making fun of me, so I probably said Mac Mini. That's okay. Ooh, I can smell my wife cooking bacon. We're going to have to wrap this thing up in 8 minutes so I can go down and eat some bacon. Eslam's loves Shawn Ide Studios. I love Shawn Ide. Because I love myself. I'm in love with myself. No, that's pretty awesome, Eslam. I appreciate that. This is the live chat, and we can kind of talk about, what you want to see on my channel, and I'll try to make that happen. But yeah, welcome to the channel. You are my squirrel for the night. I've completely lost track of what I'm thinking about because we got some new people in here. Oh, and In Masako. Yeah, In Masako's joined the chat tonight. That's pretty awesome. And Alex is from the Cayman Islands. That's cool. Shout out from Nashville. I'm from Nashville. Nacho. She definitely knows the way to my heart. I'll tell you that. Bacon is about the best thing on the planet. Okay, so we're going to go back to this picture. It's got optical sensors on the bottom. It's got a button to see the battery, so that's interesting. This is the first time that the battery is not actually on, or the button is not actually on the battery, but it's on this compartment that you stick the battery in. And then here's the camera. The camera looks a lot like the Spark camera to me, but it might not be. But it looks like this part right here turns. It might be 3-axis, but there's a good chance it's a 2-axis. Nacho is a nomad. Yeah, he's from everywhere. He has no place. Yep, Alex. I think the blades look like Parrot ANAFI blades. I really do. And then there's like the big battery compartment is what's weird to me. But maybe they've had enough batteries fall off from, bloating and expanding that they just decided to put them inside. Nacho says it's the DJI Firefly. That's funny. It's kind of like the Unique came out with the Mantis, so this is the Firefly. Oh, Nacho, so you're going to Florida, right, Nacho? Right now is a horrible time to drive to Florida. Are you going to drive to Florida on your motorcycle through a hurricane? So yeah, so that's it for that channel, or for that website. So yeah, what do you guys think? I think that's pretty interesting. I love DJI. And if that's a competitor to the Parrot ANAFI, if it can do FPV, if it can do some sort of flight plan, if it just has waypoints like the current drone does, I think that would be good. Some of the things that DJI did with the DJI Spark, even though that was the bottom of the line drone that they had, I don't consider the Tello a DJI drone, even though it's got DJI parts in it. I think it's its own thing. But the Spark, one of the things that they brought out on that drone that they didn't bring out on any other drone was the ability to do a quasi 360 degree photo. It was called sphere mode. And it was, I think, maybe 240 degrees by 360 degree sphere. Well, a little bit more than a hemisphere is what it ended up taking. But this might be a drone that they come out with some really cool, like, social features. The Spark had, like, the force mode where you could, tell it where to go using hand gestures. And, that was something that was really cool when that drone came out. So it'd be interesting to see. I watched some videos today about the, even though the waypoint mode is not as good as the Parrot ANAFI, if I could use waypoints and have a drone like the Mavic 2 Pro take beautiful video and photos, then that might be something that's my perfect drone. And I know I did a video on why I was buying the Unique Typhoon H Plus instead of the Mavic 2 Pro, but I still think the Mavic 2 Pro is beautiful. And with the smart controller, I think it's awesome. So I might be selling a whole bunch of drones just to get my hands on that, because I saw it at Best Buy and I was kind of salivating a little bit. So Bill says the battery compartment is like the SEMA drone. Okay. It'll have all the specs of the original Mavic Pro at a fraction of the size. But they all got it afterwards. Okay. Are you talking about the Hurricane? They got it all after. I'm not sure what the second Nacho phrase said. I imagine the biggest feature will be increased battery life. I think it'll have increased battery life over the Spark. The battery could be about this size. It's hard to tell from those pictures. Because the batteries are a cylinder, so they might have just packed it in a different way. The thing is, like, you have to compare the battery life. Well, the battery, the power coming out of the battery needs to sustain the weight of the drone. So if it's a lighter drone, it takes less power to keep it in the air. Little things like that. The more aerodynamic it is, the less it has wind resistance, all those kind of things. Well, the more it has wind resistance. So you've got all those things to consider. That's why the Parrot ANAFI doesn't need as big of a battery, because it's super light and the propellers are super efficient. Whereas, a lot of the DJI drones, they have better build quality, but that better build quality adds more weight and takes more battery to keep it in the air at the specific spec that they decided to keep it in the air at. Nacho said the Mavic Pro got the 360 mode after the Spark came out. Yeah, I believe the 360 mode was on the Mavic Pro like several months after the Spark. I remember it coming out on my Spark and me having a Mavic Pro at the same time, and I couldn't do it with my Mavic Pro at the time. Nacho. Yeah, the Parrot can't fly very far, so it doesn't need much of a battery. It can actually fly very far if you do use flight plan and tell it not to return home. You can get a pretty decent flight out of it, and that's what I love about it. I don't even have to think about it. I've already programmed the fact that it's going to come home when it needs to. So, what do we got? We got 8 people in the chat. I'm smelling bacon, so I'm going to cut this thing short. I think it's been an awesome chat tonight. I've enjoyed talking with you guys. We've been in the green the entire night. We've talked about some cool things, and yeah, I think I'm going to update my Parrot tonight, and we're going to go FPVing tomorrow. So yeah. Yeah, Nacho, I know it's not the same. That's the only downside for me when it comes to the Parrot ANAFI, is the fact that you can't fly very far. But you can definitely fly so far that you can barely see the drone. So I know you like to fly over the ocean and stuff like that, but in keeping with flying in line of sight, I don't think you should fly your drone farther than you can see it anyway. Even though over the weekend, whenever I flew it up over the woods behind my house, I couldn't see it, but I could glance to where it is. So I smell bacon. How hot is it in this room? It's pretty dang hot, especially with all these lights on. I have so many lights on in my office right now to make me look as sexy as possible. It is pretty stinking hot in here. But with that said, I am going to cut out and I'm going to go eat me some bacon. So I hope you guys like this chat. Please come back next week and hang out. Next week we're going to do some sort of presentation to use my Roland video switcher. Super excited about that. Look forward to a video about the Yeti caster. We're going to unbox it and we're going to I was going to say we're going to test it out, but I already know what it sounds. I mean, I already know that it works. So we're going to play around with that. And yeah, I hope you guys have a wonderful night. Peace out.